see a lot of pictures online. When you get photographed, the ones that you're wearing the most, black and red ones.
Yeah, man, they classic. They can never go out of style. You can always rock them with like pretty much anything. Like my goal is to somehow pull them off in a suit.
I can see that happening. Now, is it one pair you keep super clean or you have multiples?
I got multiples. I got like 3 pair of breads that I keep in rotation. You got one vacuum seal that never sees the light of day. You got one that you rock, and every so often you got to switch back and forth between the second one.
Definitely. The other thing I read is that 3 and 4's big influence on you do the right thing.
Exactly.
Do you remember seeing that movie and then they became your favorites?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I don't know how old I was, but like I wasn't really like that, like, you know, on my sneaker game. But once the 4s came out, like, you know, it was something that just always kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movie's one of my favorite films.
Dior, the sneaker of the moment, Dior Jordan 1s. Have you seen these?
No.
So everyone's going crazy over them. They released, I think, in April.
Wow.
I heard like $2,000 retail price.
I can think back to when I first started modeling in Paris, and the designer for Dior at the time was Gianfranco Ferré, an Italian man. If I went up to him and says, I just want to let you know, Gianfranco, that a few decades from now, there will be a sneaker that is worth $2,000 coming from the house of Dior. He'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? Get out of my face, Taira. Okay, I'm loving these.
These were nice, yes. Just came out, yes.
I like this. I'm born and raised. I'm LA girl.
Size 8, right, in these?
Yes.
Not to cut you off.
Yes,
Perfect,
size 8.
Perfect.
My favorite color is yellow.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
That has to happen.
Okay, we get those in you.
This Jordan 5s without the laces.
Yeah.
Was that something you came up with?
Because Run DMC started the fat laces.
Right.
And then people started doing all the designs and all of that stuff in the fat laces, and then they switched to none.
Yeah. Martin, you're part of one of the most iconic scenes in sneaker pop culture. To do the right things. When they scuff the Jordan 4.
Step on a, yeah.
Shit is whoa.
Any behind the scenes tidbits about that scene?
It's just fun, man.
It was
just
real.
It was
real. That was so real.
It was real because if somebody stepped on your shoe, it could start a fight.
Yeah.
And this was on the hottest day of the summer, so you don't want to be stepping on nobody's shoe.
Absolutely, and then
especially Jordans.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was recently, like 2 years ago, they actually did a 4 with the scuff on it.
With
a very tight run, but yeah. Will, the last scene of Fresh Prince, you're wearing Columbia Jordan 11s.
Yeah.
I know obviously it's about the acting first. Was it a conscious choice, like this scene is gonna live on forever, the footwear gotta be right?
Man, let me tell you, growing up in Philly, your baseball cap and your sneaks had to be right, you know, so those were always conscious decisions, you know, which ones would coordinate, which ones they, you know, and they had to go together. They had to be right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Old Faithful. Yeah. Old Faithful.
Can't miss
with that.
So Alan, in college, you wore a lot of Jordans, especially the 11s you wore, the Concords. When you got into the league, did you feel you had to stop?
I didn't have a choice, I had a contract.
Absolutely. One specific colorway I want to talk about, this is Georgetown colorway. Did you wish that these were around for you to wear in college? This is definitely a homage to you.
You already know that. You know, I get jealous of them young heads. You know what I mean? They got a chance to get different flavors. I wish those were around back then. I could look at them and think of how I would have done it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Talked about your love of the Jordan 4s.
That style of the shoe, like, I love it. So for me, the Retro 4 are the prettiest.
My favorite too, to be honest.
They're my favorite.
Jordan 4 silhouette, iconic. And then recently, it seems that you've been wearing rare collabs. Unions, Off-White 4s. When these come out, how are you getting them? You talked about the sizes. I'm glad that the Off-White 4 is women's sizes, but how are you getting them nowadays?
No, I have like friends that work in different shopping like sneakers, and I'm all the time like in the different like apps just watching for my size because it's really hard, but I could find this one and this one and they have like the cream with pink and
the guava
I have
one,
those too. There is some that I really love, but the COS collaboration, I could never like get my size. So maybe here, I hopefully find my size here.
Yeah, the COS 4, an amazing one. Kevin, have you buried the hatchet since the Vegas charity event?
I ain't talked to my
What did you do? What did you do?
Listen, you have an in now. You have an in with your co-star to fix this relationship.
I've never told you a story with me and Mike. So we was at a charity event. It was Mike's Vegas charity event. You know, I was hitting him. I was on stage, so I gave him a couple. You know, I hit his pants. He had like his pants on.
Why would you do that?
I'm a comedian. What do you mean? He walked in. He came in late. I saw it, he had on a very high-waisted jean. It was flared at the bottom. I couldn't help myself. Mike was a little mad at me, but Mike knows I love him. It's all love. I haven't seen him since, though.
Yeah,
No, it's a lie. We have bumped into each other
slide.
since.
He's not letting that slide.
No.
Well, he could, if anyone could fix a relationship, Mark.
I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try. Why bother?
You guys,
That's nothing but love there between me and MJ.
Kevin, I know that like you sourced, so these are 1985s, but you sourced these, I think, a year ago. Those, the 1985 bred ones, and like 2 pair of 1994s. But isn't it crazy to see like literally from 1985 how, and then there's so many different iterations now?
This shoe right here, when you give it to me and I'm looking at the creases, I'm looking at the wear and tear on it,
Yeah.
you go back to 85, you're thinking about what Jordan did. That's
Absolutely.
specificity that's attached to it.
If you think about it, I mean, if you were to come in here today and just look at, I mean, all that he's created, all that he inspired, you ain't shit. You haven't done anything.
Wait a second.
You got no random store you can walk in and it's just all about you. You ain't done shit. You haven't done nothing yet.
Well, hold on, let's slow
I mean,
down.
come on, seriously. I feel that way.
Does anybody?
I feel like I ain't
Does
done
anybody else
shit.
feel like this just
I
took
got
a left
94
turn?
restaurants. I feel like I haven't done shit. Look
Yeah.
at this.
Everyone sees you courtside a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll be wearing Nick-colored sneakers, Air Force Ones. I saw Jordan 5s in Nick
Well,
colors.
they only see me courtside because I'm injured. I'm official Nick. I'm on the roster.
Okay.
I'm on the roster.
Jordan is the greatest ever, and the sneakers is classic. Every record is meant to be broken, so I can't say, yo, he's the all-time, there's nothing. But it would be a hard task.
Retros, the
Feeling
4s,
them.
the 11s. How do you feel about the remastered Jordans?
Maybe I'm a Yankee fan, so this is a no-brainer. These right here, I stocked up on these. I don't know how many pair of these I got. This is like the new white on white. And this right here, I happen to know, this is probably the biggest treasure a sneaker collector can stock up on now, because not only you can't go wrong with denims or whatever, but I happen to know they're not gonna be making these no more.
For a while, the 3s,
For like 10 years.
Yeah. So how many pairs would you buy?
I play a funny game. I won't even wear them. So I'll wait till like 3-4 years when everybody dog theirs and bust them out. Then they'll be sick when I walk in the room with the sneakers. They be like, oh, no, I had those. Boom.
All right, 1.
Boom. And I got about 20 pair of these, to be honest with you.
The Jordan 36, you have a bunch of player exclusives. You have your own logo. What's it like to play in a shoe that has your own logo on it?
I mean, it's amazing, you know. I can see how far I came. You know, this is just amazing that I can see my logo on Jordan shoe. It's pretty unbelievable.
But these is my favorite joints right here. 6s.
The 6s, yeah.
I need the taxes 9.5.
I need these exclusives right now. Make sure you handle them with care.
Okay.
In an A, baby. Thanks.
Taxis, classic.
That's what I come to Flight Club for. I come to Flight Club for the J's I know everybody don't have. You see what I'm saying?
These taxis, you couldn't find these nowhere in New York City.
See my partner Money, he be having all the J's, all the exclusive J's. He always stunting on me. Oh, you don't got these, and I ain't no rapper. So you know I gotta come out with these on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say, you ain't got these yet. You did?
The Jordan 2 is my favorite shoe because for Christmas, my senior year in high school, my mom got me this shoe.
Wow.
And she waited in line. And at the time, this was $100. And $100 back in 1986 was a lot of money. And she said, boy, you better love this shoe. And so this was always my favorite shoe. And I waited like probably 4 or 5 years before I actually wore the shoe because I cherished it so much and I didn't want to do anything. I was like, man, and then I just broke down one day and I wore it. I hate myself because I haven't seen the original. They do the remasters, but that's still, of all the Jordans they've come out with, that's still my favorite
So
one.
sentimental reasons, your mom waiting in line. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion, Pro Football Hall of Famer. You get to meet Jordan.
I did.
In Atlanta, in an elevator, and you actually on Undisputed mentioned that moment. What was it like? You said it wasn't even real.
Well, it was surreal because as a matter of fact, he had just retired. He had just won his 3rd championship and he had just retired. I'm on the elevator and he and his first wife, they're there. She stuck my hand out. It's like I'm Shannon Sharpe. He's like, I know who you are. And so that was really the first time that I had met someone. I mean, growing up, everybody wanted to be Jordan. Everybody was consumed with Jordan. be like Mike. I'm drinking Gatorade. Everybody started drinking Gatorade because of Mike. I mean, he's almost like he's a godly figure. And I hate to put reverence on someone like that, but he really doesn't seem real. And I'm like, this dude, I mean, I'm just looking at him just like, this dude creepy. He's probably thinking to himself, man, Shannon Sharpe a creep. But I'm looking at him because he's like, it's almost like he's levitating.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem real. It was an unbelievable feeling to meet him for the very first time. And I still have that impression in my mind.
That was my biggest dream,
Yes.
you know, to have my own Jordans.
Jordan is notorious. Like, we had Macklemore on the show, and he did a green Jordan, and he was like, Jordan doesn't even like green. This is a combination taking inspiration from 3 of your albums. Was there any pushback on the colors? No.
Nothing.
Okay.
You know, like, the love was there for real. They knew what I wanted. You know, they knew I wanted to go to. I mean, look at it, man. You tell me which one is the different one.
That's what I mean.
For like Jordans, I like 11s and shit.
11s, patent leather.
Yeah, I like the cool grays.
Okay.
Those is my
Cool
shits.
Grays, classic.
Yeah, those is my shit.
Just said that off camera your dad used to get you some Jordans. Do you remember which ones they were?
Yeah. My
16s.
Dad, these the first pair my dad got me right here. He got me these shits for Christmas. He actually got me these ones and them 13s.
13s.
Yeah. Facts.
He did what he could to keep you laced.
Gonna get these shits.
All right, I got you. What size? Size 10, right?
Size 10.
Got you.
I want these right here.
Got you.
Cool grays.
Got you. Size 10, right?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of this
Threes?
right here. I'm
Yeah.
a fan of the threes right there. This is what I loved right here.
Yes.
Those Jordans. I love the little spring in the back and what have you. I love the design. It just looked beautiful. And then when you see him walking onto a court, when he, as great as he was, it just didn't feel the same. This is when they were losing.
Really?
This is when they started winning.
Okay.
You gotta remember,
Okay.
he's playing with no name, Stan Allback as his coach. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Drafted by Rod Thorne.
Have you ever talked sneakers with him?
Yes.
What?
Not much, but I let him know this is what I like.
Okay.
This is what I liked and what I didn't like. And he tell me to shut the hell up, and that'd be that. He's Michael Jordan. He tells me to shut the hell up, I'm gonna shut the hell up. I want this right here, man. I already got these sneakers right here. See these? I already got these from y'all, but I want these.
Got you. We take care of you.
Take care of me for that, please. Thank you very much. Got to go to white and black. I'm straight.